Hi everyone, it's Miss Pete here. I am actually outside for today's video because if you listen in the background, you can hear some bird calls. And I got this idea from one of my other music teachers in the district. Is if you go outside, do you hear bird calls? We are going to write bird calls by what we hear. And I'm sorry for the traffic noise, but we will just have to listen really hard for those bird calls. So when you hear one, try to see how many times you hear it and figure out, can you write that rhythm down and simplify it so it can be a written rhythm? Let's listen for a bird call. I've heard this one a lot. That is the one I can understand the most. Now, before I go inside, you need to think, is it one pitch? Is there two pitches with a higher and a lower pitch? We're going to have to thinking about that as we are writing it. So remember, mine is dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Okay, here we go. I made it back inside after listening to those bird calls. I picked one that is one pitch, but is longer than 4 beats. 4 beats is what will be easiest for you if you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Mine goes longer, so I'm going to change it a little bit. Mine was dee 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 dee. Maybe it's not longer than 4 beats. I'll make it so it's not. So, dee dee. Is that a higher pitch or lower pitch? You're right. It is higher. It's higher in your voice register. So I'm going to write dee dee. That is a TT. So you draw 2 circles, 2 lines coming up, and 1 line to connect them. Then it is the same. How many TTs are there? Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. There's 3 total. So this is one set of TTs. So you draw another circle, circle, a line, line, then a line to connect them. This makes some of our pattern. Dee 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 dee. We are still missing 1 TT, so go right next to it and do 2 circles, 2 lines, connect up top, and then 1 to connect it. This is the bird call I heard. Dee 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 dee. Right across. What if you had one with 2 pitches? This was mine. This is going to be my one that I make up. Say I heard dee 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 dee. Or dee dee dee. I'm going to go dee dee dee. That could be a bird call. Dee dee dee. Is the second one that I sing, second grouping of notes, higher or lower? Think about it. Dee dee. High, high, low. So you would have 2 different parts of your music. You would have the high, high. And that's a TT because there's 2 sounds. So 2 circles, 2 lines, 1 line to connect. High, high, low. Low is 1 sound. That means it is a ta because there's not 2 sounds happening. So you do not need to draw 2 circles. So that's my high, high, low, low. You have to actually draw lower on your piece of paper so that you can tell it is lower by looking at it. And then if you sung it again, high, high, low, you would know that's high that is low. So my challenge for you, think about what time of day you usually hear birds. Go outside and listen. Is there a bird outside? Or am I too early? Is it too late? Maybe they like waking up. Maybe you have bird feeders and they like to go to your bird feeders to eat all the treats you have. Maybe you don't have birds. Maybe you just have to listen to animal sounds. But I would really suggest finding a bird and making a song out of it. If you do not get to the writing it down part, just sing it. And if you get it sung really well, send it to me. Because I would love to hear your imitations of a bird call. And it's fun. It's something to get you outside, moving and listening. So that is all I have for you today. Next time I will have a couple silly songs. And maybe I'll have a couple examples of bird calls, even if you send me a little picture of what you wrote down. And I can say, look, people did it. And that means you should be able to do it too. And I hope this is simple enough for you and fun. I will see you next week. Have a great almost end of your May.